little buns, it is Steph. Welcome back to my home. Today I want to talk to you about something very important to me, but to do so we're going to have to go back in time a little bit. Basically, I want to tell you about how video games and gaming saved my life, or at the very least entertained me when I was very sad. If we go back like 10 years, how old would I have been 10 years ago? I would have been 10 years old. Okay, this is actually perfect. This is perfect timing. Let's actually go back to when I was 9 years old though. So I am 9 years old. I'm hitting puberty. As you do when you are 9 or 10 or 11. You hit puberty, depending on whether or not you are a late bloomer. But I was hitting puberty. And I was getting chubby, and I was getting pimples, and I was developing much faster than the people around me. And that was a very easy way for them to find ways to pick on me. And if any of you have also been the earliest to start puberty, you remember this, you know this. This is a fact. So that happened, and this was before I even realized I was trans. If you are not aware, I am a transgender woman, in case you came to this video because you like video games and not because you already watched my videos. So there you go. This was before I started becoming more feminine. This was before everything, really. They just started making fun of me because I hit puberty. And that was like the beginning of my death, so good stuff. My older brother, I guess I really aspired to be like him when I was younger, as you always, like most kids, if they have a good relationship with their older sibling, try to be like them. And that was the case. I had a great relationship with my older brother, and so I emulated him. It's what I did. He really loved this game called Warcraft. Warcraft 3, Warcraft 2, Orcs and Humans, whatever. I would always watch him play this, and when I got home from school, I would watch him play, and I would play with him sometimes if we had two computers. I don't remember really what it was like growing up, but I played games with him a lot, and Warcraft was a big franchise for both of us. So when World of Warcraft came out when I was 9, I think, or 8 even, it came out in 2004, 12 years ago. I was 8. Oh gosh. I started playing about a few months into when it was released, and I did that on my brother's account. I started a Night Elf Druid on one of his things, and at this point life wasn't too bad, so I would just play when I was bored. It was fun, you know, it was fun for me. Fast forward a couple of years, no, fast forward 1 year. I was 9 years old. I hated everything. I was miserable all the time. I was horribly mistreated by my peers. The only place I felt good was when I was at home. That was the only place I felt good. So I started playing more often, and my brother would get annoyed that I was kicking him off his account because you can only have one person logged into each account. So he recommended my mom get me an account. They paid for our accounts, which is like super privileged, but whatever. My parents paid for my Warcraft account. Fucker! It's true. It's true. My parents would pay for my Warcraft account. They would buy me the collector's editions. I could stay home from school when the expansions came out. Like, it was a thing for me. And they knew that it was important and that it was helpful for me. And I think that's the only reason they let me stay home from school for a video game. I think in like 7th grade I missed over 50 days of school because I hated going, because I felt so miserable, and nobody was nice to me. It was just a bad time. If people were nice to me outside of school, they were not nice to me when we got to school because they wanted to look like they weren't friends with me. You know what I mean? And obviously they weren't because they were being mean to me at school. Like, it was a thing that I really needed to get away from, and I couldn't because it was a school. Like, in my town there wasn't a lot of schools. It's not like I could just switch a school and nobody would know who I was and it would be fine. There's a whole other bag of issues with that anyway. The point was, when I got home, nothing else existed, and I just played games. I say games, but Warcraft was pretty much the main one. But I played lots of games. I played all kinds of RPGs, fantasy and science fiction, all kinds of games. I loved escaping into other worlds that were not like this one because I felt so threatened by this one. You know what I mean? So I did that for a long time. I have every single collector's edition of every single Warcraft expansion, physical. Like, it's all there. I'm looking at it right now. Vanilla to Warlords, like, it's all there. It's my most prized possession. It is beautiful. I can't explain how much this game did for me growing up. It's like I try to explain it, but I just start tripping over my words. If you're a parent and you're concerned because your child is playing a lot of video games, don't be concerned, okay? Don't be concerned. As long as your child is not emulating the violent behavior in these video games, it's gonna be okay. If your child's experiencing a lot of bad stuff in their life, bullying, just plain out disrespect from their peers, just a bunch of shit. If your child's enduring a bunch of shit, okay? Let them play their video games, because it is most likely a salvation that they cannot wait to have. It is a place where they can just exist, maybe not even as themselves for a bit, just to exist and to be happy, whether it's real or not. It's like reading a book. You don't condemn your kids for reading fantasy novels. Why would you condemn them for playing like a fantasy video game? You don't condemn them for watching movies. A video game's the same thing. It's a way to exit the world you're in and to give yourself time and peace and clarity and tranquility and whatever words you want to use. I remember a very specific conversation with my parents. I think I was 10 or 11, I don't really remember, but I remember I was very upset about something. I think I might have gotten in trouble, or my parents were questioning why I played this game so much. I don't remember, but it was a conversation we were having, sitting at the dinner table. My brother was there, my dad, my mom were there, my whole family. That's my entire immediate family. And I don't remember what we were talking about, but there was a question along the lines of like, why do you play this game so much, or why do you love this game so much? And I remember saying, it's because I can be that character and they're pretty. And like at the time it was a male character, it was a blood elf male, and for those of you that don't know, blood elf males are considered to be pretty, feminine, stuff like that. I was 11 or 12, I didn't know I was trans, I didn't know trans was a thing, I didn't know you could be trans, I didn't know people were trans, I didn't know you could transition. What is that, you know? That's what I was thinking. Point is, I knew back then that I liked playing this game because that character that I was made me feel pretty. And I didn't understand that pretty was a thing I wanted back then, but I knew that that's why I liked that. It's so clear in hindsight that this game helped me understand my transness in a way, because like it just, oh my gosh, like in this game, gender had nothing to do with anything, you know, like you could be a different gender and it wouldn't impact your fighting, your stats, your ability, the options you had there. And I had both male and female characters, but I really liked my female characters, you know, like I really liked them. I also remember the launch of the Burning Crusade expansion for World of Warcraft. This is like a cherished memory of mine, you know? It's kind of like, oh, like your cherished memories of going on a vacation or going on a trip with your sibling or something. My most cherished childhood memory is when I got to go through the portal to Outland with my brother and we saw everything for the first time. We stayed home from school, my dad went out the second Future Shop opened a town over to pick up 2 copies of the collector's edition, and he did that, and that was our day, and it was like so good. It was just so good. I remember like the servers were so unstable, like the game itself was unstable as hell, but it was a day that I cherished, that I loved. It was just so good. It was so good. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I think I did that pretty much for every expansion onwards until college, in which case like I could have just chosen to stay home from school. I don't remember college at all. Not for the reasons you might think, but I just don't really care. Just kind of left my brain. Video games taught me how to read and to write. I could not spell the most basic of words before I played Warcraft. The reason why this game taught me so much is like, I was really interested in the story. I could recite to you the entire history of the Warcraft universe much better than I could recite to you Canadian or American history. Like it's just kind of, it's what my brain chose was better. You know, I was like, that's interesting, I want to learn that. I could teach a class. I could teach a class on Warcraft history. The point is, like, I would read the quests, okay? I would read everything and I would learn words that I shouldn't have known when I was 10. I would learn, like, all kinds of things. Like, I would learn about, like, cultural appropriation and, like, massacres and stuff. And I didn't have the right words for them back then, but I saw the concepts very clearly in these other stories. So I absolutely credit World of Warcraft and other fantasy games with teaching me like a lot of things, and allowing me the time and the space and the what's the word? And allowing me the clarity to think about things without melting down. And I had a meltdown. I had a few meltdowns, but like I had a lot less than I would have if I didn't have these escapism games. You know what I mean? So I guess what I want you to take away from this is if you're experiencing something hard and you're in a place where you can afford to invest in your comfort, try that. Try what I tried what worked for me. Play video games. If you really want to, you can play World of Warcraft. It costs money and there's a monthly fee.
Boo.
It's worth it. It's such a good game. People will talk shit because Warlords of Draenor was like really weird, but it's going in a direction that's really good. This is not a sponsored video for Warcraft, okay? They would not sponsor a YouTuber to talk about Warcraft, especially one like me. But I want you to understand that you can find a good community in Warcraft. You can, or any MMO, okay, any online community. You can find a good community here. Maybe YouTube is your escapism, you know? I just think if you're going through some hard shit, escapism is totally acceptable, okay? Totally acceptable. Not at the point where you don't function in the real world. If you are interested in playing World of Warcraft with me, I do have a guild on Wormrest Accord. That is a server. There is a big list of servers. Mine is Wormrest Accord. I play Horde side on several different characters, but if you want to join my guild, it is called the Bread Squad. Just Bread Squad, not the Bread Squad. Just Bread Squad. If you /who Bread Squad in the game, you type that in, it'll show you who's online in Bread Squad, and you can ask them for an invite. And if they're not able to give it to you, just ask them who can, and then when they're online, just whisper them. You know what I mean? It's all good. All that being said, I also have started a gaming channel Gaming has been, it's such a big thing for me. It's such a big thing. I just told you why. So I want to share those moments and the games that I like with you guys and with anybody else that might not watch this but watch that, you know what I mean? I just want to share it with somebody, more than one person. So I've opened up a gaming channel with my friend Anand. Hey! This is my friend Anand.
Hello.
We started a gaming channel. It's called Wafer Brew.
Guess who's who?
I'm Wafer because I'm a crusty cracker. Why are you Brew?
Like, because it could either go alcohol or coffee.
Is that like your two favorite things?
No.
Okay, well he's Brew. I didn't take the name Wafer because I am a crusty cracker. I just took it because like it's a cute cookie thing. I don't know. Jeez, give me a break.
It's. What the fuck?
Anyway, bye.
Bye.
That's my friend Anand.
No, Brew!
He goes by Upbeat Official on YouTube. You can find his links in the description box if you want, and also obviously the link to Wafer Brew. But you can follow me there if you want to see us play games. Mostly we're going to play horror or mystery games, but we might branch out. You don't know. You never know. We're going to try posting on Mondays. We're going to post on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you get more videos in the middle, good for you. But we can't guarantee you'll get 5 videos a week. We can just guarantee you'll get 3 over there. So that would be fun. Everybody's been requesting me to start a gaming channel for a long time because back in the day, I made these 2 or 3 Warcraft Let's Play videos, and I'm not gonna do that with Warcraft this time around because, like, not too many people really care. If you guys really wanna see me, like, play through Warcraft, maybe, I don't know. So, wow, that was really disturbing. I hope this has been good for you. I really encourage you, again, to look into different kinds of games that you might like, and if you really don't like playing games or if you're unable to play games, maybe books, movies, just try to find something that you want to escape into, that you want to just jump into and learn all about and just experience, because it helped me so much when I was having trouble, and I think it can help you too. Well, this has been great. I hope you guys have enjoyed our talk. I really do, because I've enjoyed our talk. I've really enjoyed our talk. Actually just really been enjoyable for me. It's been fun. It's been fun. Until next time, you are so cool. You are so powerful. You are the best. Oh my gosh. Wow. You are a Guild Wars original beta player. I don't really know if that makes you powerful or old, but you're that. I love you. Until next time, I love you so much. Bye. Instinct. This is how we get counter piece. You left your craft in there again.